So, you've probably heard of a few companies releasing director's cuts of films recently, such as Jurassic World Dominion and Spider-Man No Way Home. Well, at Disney's D23 Expo, they gave us some much anticipated Muppet news, with the headline being that we're getting a restored version of the Muppet Christmas Carol on Disney Plus later this year. But what exactly does this mean? Well, we're going to be taking a deep dive in just a sec, but here's a clip to give you an idea of the fan response to this news.
So now the film has been put back together and it will be coming out very soon.
Well, would you look at that, the Muppets have been getting some exposure for once. So at the D23 Expo celebrating 100 years of Disney, there was a panel celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Muppet Christmas Carol, in addition to one for the Muppets Mayhem, which is a Disney Plus series releasing at some point featuring the Electric Mayhem. I haven't covered it yet simply because there wasn't a whole lot to go off besides the announcement itself, and that's still the case here really, despite some cool appearances from the band. But going back to Christmas Carol, is there a director's cut of the movie featuring lost footage remastered in 4K, as some articles are putting it? Nah, not really. The media's blowing it out of proportion as per. So, as Brian Henson conveniently explained on stage at the event, the release concerns the re-implementation of a single song titled When Love Is Gone. This was sung by the character of Belle when she ends her relationship with Scrooge, and a reprise titled When Love Is Found is still present in the standard release of the film. The story goes that during a test screening, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who was the chairman of Disney at the time, declared the scene was too emotional and kids appeared disengaged during it. Brian Henson and Katzenberg then came to an agreement that the theatrical cut of the film would exclude When Love Is Gone, whilst any home media releases would add the scene back in. This was initially the case, so many with VHS or early DVD copies of the film may remember the scene. However, upon the film's transition into higher definition, Disney had simply lost the original film negative for that scene, meaning it's not present in any recent releases of the film. So it's not that the footage was lost media as such, as it was in tons of old physical copies, but it was limited to VHS quality, and therefore couldn't be added to, say, a 4K release. Hopefully that all makes sense. So to cut a long story short, Brian Henson had Disney employees search for the missing footage, which he was assured was in the archive somewhere. The search lasted around a year until 2020, when Disney recovered not the original negative, but a second generation into positive. I have no idea what this terminology means, but that's what it's called. This is in good enough quality that the scene can now be scanned into 4K, and therefore the original cut of the Muppet Christmas Carol has been restored, albeit 2 years later, probably just to coincide with the 30th anniversary. Bizarrely though, after all of this fanfare, Henson clarifies that this will be presented as an optional cut of the film in the extras menu on Disney+, as opposed to updating the main film. This is perhaps due to the song's mixed reception to this day. It seems that big fans of the film applaud the scene for its emotional depth and the part it plays in telling the story as a whole, whilst more casual viewers simply find it boring. After all, there are no Muppets present and we simply have this relatively minor character singing solemnly while Scrooge watches in despair, at least through the eyes of a child. I can appreciate the significance of the scene being re-implemented, but for me the most fascinating aspect is the search for the scene itself. So with that concluded, the restored version of the film will release on Disney Plus December 11th of this year, which is 30 years to the day it originally released. Anyway, are you one of the people who's been begging for this scene for years, or one who leaves to go to the bathroom during it? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more Muppets content. Thanks for watching.